in God's name is going on in here? What was that ruckus?
What ruckus?
I was just in my office and I heard a ruckus.
Could you describe the ruckus, sir?
Okay, here's what I would have done. Bro, no one cares what you would have done. Actually, everyone cares. Welcome to Let Me Book the Territory, the podcast made for smart marks and nostalgia nerds. Brought to you by the Embrace the Turn Up Podcast Network. And now your hosts, A-Dub,
B-A,
E-Ray,
ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, anything in between, wrestling fans, neckbeards, divas, extreme wrestling fans. Welcome to another fantastic episode of one of the greatest wrestling podcasts of all time. This is Let Me Book the Territory. It is I, E-Ray, the quasi-bad guy, the Diet Coke of evil, Vince McMahon himself.
Man.
Just giving it to you. Fresh and free on the 2023. I have the fellas here, as usual. We have a full house. We got the Dub Show, the always constipated, the never haircut, the neckbeard of neckbeards. He is wrestling otaku's stunt double.
Uh-oh. Shit.
A-Dub is in the building.
The Dub Show? Out here looking rough and rugged like a real man on my William Regal. You know the vibes. Crazy Rican wrestling. Wrestling Twitter got off a little bit of racism last night. We're going to get into all of it. What's up, fellas?
Oh, man.
Okay. Oh, well.
Juicy.
That he's here.
I'm here.
Also that guy that you hear in the background, the Scully skeleton himself, Chinstrap Jones. I think his beard is actually connected to his headphones. That is unique. I have never seen that before.
Beard bone connected to the headphone.
Quantum.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Quantum leaping into the future for technology not seen before. B.A. DiBiase, B.A.'s in the building. What's going on, bro? Chacho.
The fellas, what's happening? It's B.A., a.k.a. Black IRS, a.k.a. B.A. DiBiase, a.k.a. the man of the future, I guess, with this new technology I got on my head/face, question mark?
I was like, how does that even work? What do you put on first, the strap or the headphone? Like,
I don't know.
Is it Velcro? Fat
Joe's guy that helped him out with his sew-in beard came up with this technology. My beard isn't sewing. As y'all know, I've had a beard pretty much. I have to. You can't have
definitely glue on for sure.
Oh yeah. Ain't nobody sewing shit on here.
Like Ross.
You can't have bald head and bald face. You gotta have
that's creepy.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta have some hair on my face, man. Unless I'm trying when I slim down a little bit more, I'm gonna be on my Tay Diggs shit. Had a little goatee, trying to sex it up.
Don't do that.
Try to sex it up for everybody. Like
BA, the final chapter. You do not want this. No one asked for that.
What if I asked for it?
Nope. You're married.
I
Your
know.
opinion no longer matters. That's
true.
That's what marriage means.
These are facts. I can't deny it.
That is literally in the vows.
That is true.
I vow to just be irrelevant for the rest of this marriage.
Right.
I love you.
I am your muse, wife. I am your muse.
Yes, exactly. But, gentlemen, we are back for another week of talking the shits with wrestling. And as 2022 ended and 2023 has begun, we are seeing some of the same damn things. And I mean, I can't help. Every time we wonder about, oh, we're gonna have a down week. Nothing's happening.
Never.
Wrestling's like, shit.
Hashtag Clay Davis.
I was about to
Woo.
say.
It's crazy. So I don't know where to start.
You know where to start.
Actually,
you know.
Oh
where to
yeah,
start.
come on now. Let's get into it.
The world almost ended. I've never
Yeah.
seen Twitter
Yeah.
come so close to crashing ever since the January 6th riots.
Elon threatening to push the button got people wilding out
That
too.
too.
There's a lot of regrettable tweets out there from that evening. I'm sure.
Speaking of rich white men getting ready to push the button, boy, Vince came back in a hurry. Guys, I'm gonna let you guys in on a peek behind the curtain real quick. We talked pre-pod about maybe giving y'all some more nostalgia episodes. I can tell you it's not happening anytime soon.
No.
Shit's getting
welcome
crazy.
back. Welcome back. Welcome
By the
back.
hour. So Vince, we all knew he was coming back. Not only did he come back, he ousted 3 board members with his 81% vote, which is insane. And
Just
unanimously was voted chairman of the board again. Then, hours later, Stephanie decided to not only resume her leave of absence, to take it a step further and resign effective immediately.
That was awkward. Like, you get out to shower and your mother-in-law is literally there right next to you. Look, oh God, awkward. It's like, what is happening? She legitimately said, oh yeah, it's been all this great praise. I think she led with love. Hey, yeah, it's such a future time, and my dad is coming back, and Hunter and Khan, Nick Khan, they're doing such great work. And they're doing so much good work. I'm gonna just, take my leave of absence. Actually, like mid-sentence, she changed my mind. Actually, you know what? Better yet,
I'm gone.
I'm done with this shit. I'm out.
I'm out. Peace.
I'm gonna be a fan like I started. I'm out of here. And I was like, wait, no. Oh, Stephanie, that's rough. I liked her in that position with Nick Khan as like kind of a balance of power. I think that helped make sure that some of the decisions that were of the creative variety with Hunter's choice made sure it has the weight that it deserved. But Nick Khan is the same guy that legitimately fired every person that Triple H has brought back. So I now have my fears, rightfully so, and Vince is now back in charge and apparently trying to sell WWE question mark?
Yeah, question mark. And the sale, the rumor started coming out as we were watching NXT that the sale was happening to the Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund, and Twitter lost its mind.
showed its whole ass last night. It was out of
Tell.
control.
I wasn't really. I was watching Glass Onion. and
Okay,
Kill
well,
Shot
I'll give you
and
the
New Year's Evil.
the easy one.
Give me
I
the clip
saw.
notes.
Remember, the Then Now Forever thing they put on before? They dubbed that over with the Busta Rhymes song A-Rap Money. The Wikipedia page, I don't know if it's still like that, but the WWE logo now has the Muslim cloth, or I don't know what you would call it.
Oh, okay. The
The
garb.
garb
yeah, gotcha.
over it now. I'm not sure if it still looks that way, but
I hate the
Like the
internet.
Saudi head.
yeah, the
Okay.
garment they wear. I don't want to be culturally insensitive.
Yeah.
I just don't know what it is.
Yeah. We'll be incentivized by like, hey, we're Americans, guys.
I want to say
We
it's
don't
called a
know shit.
hijab, but I want to be 100% on it. I'm not sure. I'm gonna go
Not
back in my
really. I was
lane and be
Yeah,
quiet.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not even trying to figure it out.
Yeah, you just went full white man. It could be this. Like you just walked to somebody, hey, and then you just walk back away like you didn't just say what you just
like
said.
white guy walking in a room of black people trying to say like, I don't think that's
Hey.
right. I'm gonna go back
You
in
know
my.
what?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go back here.
Hey,
Thank you. Thank you.
you like Lil Wayne, don't you? What? What
Sorry.
indicators gave you that? My suit and my glasses? Or okay, never mind. Never mind. He just backs away slowly. Like, that was weird. Yes, but I got you. So these things were happening, and because everybody just assumed based on, as you said, one of the trusted sources that said they had nothing, but there were people that were saying this. Sean Ross Sapp put this tweet out, and then just everything went crazy. Me personally, I was like, the irony. What if Tony Khan appeared on WWE television and said, well, I just bought a new business.
Just like Vince, they get the whole old school Ross.
WWE.
Oh, Twitter would crash.
That's too funny.
Twitter would crash.
Too funny.
You would just see that little picture of the whales with the bird trying to hold it, like back in the day. Twitter would just crash. What were your guys' thoughts like when the rumors started kind of ramping up and like everybody was talking as this might be a certainty that the Saudis bought the WWE, they were gonna take it private again, and they were gonna oust Hunter?
BA, I'll let you go first.
If they were gonna oust Hunter, let me make sure I heard that correctly. If they were gonna get
so
rid of him, like so everybody was saying last night.
The rumor was the Saudis were gonna buy the company outright, make it private again, and remove Hunter from head of creative and install Vince back as top head of creative.
Well, that was more the speculation.
Yeah.
What did you take particularly from the rumor of Saudi being a potential and almost done deal purchase?
I was shocked initially when I heard it, and then I started looking a little deeper. I'm just like, I had to put my business hat on for a second. I'm like, wait a minute, BA, you have a subscription to the Wall Street Journal. They broke news when Vince McMahon showed back up before anybody else was talking about it. If they really sold this company and how big of a stock that is, you know about it before all these neckbeards. And I just put my phone down and stopped caring. And I was like, I'll know the real answer as soon as Wall Street Journal says so. But if I didn't have that hookup, I would have been reading all of this shit, freaking out like, oh man, they about to have a lot of people upset in that locker room. Not even the Triple H aspect. The fact they're doing business like that with the Saudis. So
I mean,
that was the knee-jerk reaction.
Some of the best shit in wrestling right now would probably have qualms with that.
Oh yeah, big time.
Andre Luce, Kevin Owens, etc. so forth. But I will say, BA, I love that you're so knowledgeable, that you're such the business he is the business leg of this tripod.
They don't call me BA DiBiase because that shit sound cool, people. Sorry.
Oh, we don't?
No. That's right. But it do sound, I mean, it sound cool. Y'all can have that part.
Yeah,
but
sure.
You know, there's real life in every gimmick, as we all know.
Yeah. I thought that you literally walked around smacking basketballs out of little black children's hand and saying, everybody's got a price.
No, just my cousin's family. I don't want to get arrested. In the 80s, you could do that kind of stuff to strangers. You can't do that these days. You'll go viral and
racism
canceled.
Was so legal in the 80s.
Oh, 100%.
Black people were shredded. That's why.
He had a black manservant that wore a bow tie and no sleeves on his jacket. That's all I got to say.
Man. Anyway, I'll say this. As much as I appreciate your business acumen, BA, why in the hell did you not pass this information to Dub? Because Dub was fully in on this purchase.
Oh,
and he was just spiraling out of control.
I was letting him have it. I was letting him have his fun.
So
I was
just kind of like just refreshing my feed, waiting for like Sean Ross or like the Wall Street Journal or somebody. I'm like,
everything's fine.
Somebody tell me this
fire
isn't true.
All over the
Somebody credible tell me this isn't true. Like I'm looking through like who the sources were, and I'm like, this guy's just a Twitter guy with like 100 more followers than me. I'm like, I don't know how much I believe this, but it's making its rounds, and like I was worried more so than anything because like I'm thinking like, well, maybe a press release just isn't coming yet because it's like 9-10 p.m. But then I started like thinking further. I'm like, well, it doesn't make sense from the Saudis' point of view and I started activating my entertainment business brain, because with their public investment fund, they started that Live Golf League, but they couldn't get a TV deal for it at all. And as we all know, TV is the lifeblood of the WWE. So if they couldn't get a TV deal for that, what makes me they could get something for as niche as wrestling as well. And I'm like, so if they were to buy the company, they would essentially just kill it, like, because they would have no choice, because they wouldn't get a TV deal at all. So I'm like, all right, this probably isn't true, but there is something to them being interested in buying it. I think like more is going to happen. I still think Universal is going to be the buyer at the end of the day, because they're already paying $2 billion for NXT, WWE, moving the network over to Peacock. It just makes sense for them to spend the extra like $8 billion. Essentially, I think the price is going to be $10 billion.
Just the extra.
Well, here's the thing.
Hey man, they already got their tip in. They might as well put the full thing in and just go all in.
Here's the thing, because they got $9 billion coming from Disney. So yeah, they might as well just go all the way in and explode.
Touch that back wall, so to speak.
Yeah, because what they get when they buy it, they get so much in like media rights, and they get income coming in. That's not based on them doing the live events and taking over the company.
Well, Disney was also
Disney is also a rumored buyer. Yeah,
Disney is also a rumored buyer, and as we were alluding to, Disney has keeping up with the Kardashians. They have expanded their content
on the low
on their platform.
Oh yeah, and they
not only that, but they own ESPN.
Oh no!
So if you could, ESPN already had some type of ties with WWE and broadcasting results and stuff like that.
Yes, I didn't think about the ESPN tie-in. E-Ray, that's a good point.
It's a lot of these things that make logical sense that I could see Disney purchasing or being a contender. I don't think the purchase would go through though, just because I think that would cause more change than even if like the Saudi investment fund had it or NBC Universal. I think if we had to rank the three, I think NBC Universal, it pretty much stays the exact same. When it comes to Disney, I think there's going to be some changes, and then the Saudi, because it's not technically Saudi, it's like just a name of a company. I think it's a chance that things could change, but it depends on if people make a big stink about it. But I know wrestling fans are going to watch their wrestling, so I don't think USA would be like, well, we just can't stand for this. We got, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense to me.
No, and one thing about that Saudi news that made me kind of be like bullshit, on top of the whole just Wall Street Journal and say shit so it ain't real, is the fact that they're a humongous publicly owned company, a lot of shareholders, right? So give y'all some business acumen out there if y'all want to wear this. When a company goes private, they have to pay out the shareholders of that. So Mr. Neckbeard that owns 10 shares of WWE stock, do you think they want to send that check out to them and all these different checks about them selling out their business? I don't think that's a good business move from a perception of their company and that type of deal. Why go private? They were private. They had a lot less money. They had a lot more problems being private, and they had a lot more to fight against. I don't think Vince wants that again. Even though he's selling it to give it to somebody else, he's trying to maximize his dollar, man. That man came from nothing. Even though his dad gave him this company and he kind of bent him over when he gave it to him, because he said, just give me the company and I'll give you some money as I make money still, and go die somewhere, basically. Nobody really knows that half of the Vince McMahon story. But I say that to say,
get the doc out.
Right.
Every time we're
tell
about
Vince
to learn,
to keep his damn sex money to himself, and maybe we would have got that documentary.
Hey,
not that
entertainment and
bullshit.
Sex money.
That bullshit went on Vice.
Yeah.
But regardless, all that's telling me is like he's selling it top dollar, man. No pun intended, because he wants
not
right.
Well,
he's trying to maximize this investment, man. Anybody that's an investor knows you sell high. As soon as they said he stepped into the door, that stock shot up about 22% the next day. So they know whoever own, like the people that own this stock in Wall Street knows Vince McMahon being back in the room ain't a bad thing for business.
Right.
I'm not talking creative. Business.
What's best?
So this is all business related. So the neckbeards and the IWC gotta chill, man. Your WWE will not shift too far away from what it looks like now. I don't buy the Saudi news until I see an actual headline saying that they were just bought out by that Saudi fund. I can't buy it.
I think the Saudis are
I
for
think
sure
it-
interested. I think the same way.
Well, yeah,
Disney's
shit, I'm interested. Fuck.
Hey,
We
y'all
all
wanna
interested.
I watch it all the
Pool our
time.
money together?
I got extra $8
I
billion.
mean, I ain't got it like that. I'm
You got an extra
BA
$8 billion?
All right, I need a couple other Ted or BA DiBiase's, and I need Ted after he gets done paying off that the lawyers and stuff for that
scamming
stuff that trouble he got in for scams.
Look,
Let me get
I
some
was
of his
like,
scam money. That's the only way to be able to happen. But
After
no,
you get done living
if
again.
you got it like that,
right?
if you got it like that, then please lend me a couple Billy Bob Thorntons. I need 'em.
Or better yet, why don't
Billy.
we do like the Green Bay Packers? Why don't the whole IWC come together and create some sort of fund
Oh,
and
God.
just own WWE, just
Oh,
like the
Mets.
Packers? Yeah, the
Oh.
Mets, the
Oh,
Packers.
like the Mets.
God.
Yes,
Yeah, all of them.
we could just all own the WWE. Just imagine that neckbeards thinking that they have a real say in what's going on with this company because
Oh.
I own it. Damn it! Oh, that'd be so toxic.
Ugh. Bianca Belair is just a low budget Sasha Banks.
Get her out
outta
of here.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Send her to
Yeah.
New
Fight-
Japan.
The fights at the
Right.
shareholder meetings would just be unbearable.
You imagine like
Right.
wrestling Okatu type dudes like sit up there fucking holding court and like it'd be out of control, man. I might have to stop. I might have to disassociate myself from wrestling if that happened, just because of the bad
If it's
reputation.
WWE, I'd be like, I'm out of here.
AEW, what's up?
AEW, I'm telling you, every time, and there's no coincidence. So away from that news, because the way we're adjusting the show here, guys, we want to still include some AEW stuff. So away from this news, kind of pivoting, seems like every time Vince start coming back into the picture, AEW gets better. And it's like, do they know something we don't know? Like, you know what? AEW been all right for the last like 2 weeks. They've been on a 2-week streak of, okay, this is entertaining. But as soon as Triple H had the reins, it was like, let's just, I don't even
What
know
are we
what
gonna
to
do
do
against
with
this
this
guy?
company. Woo! I was like, oh, okay, this is bad. So, speaking of AEW, over the last 2 weeks, really good television. They've purchased a new set. It no longer has that WCW Thunder vibe to it, as AEW would
New
say.
set looks great.
Um,
New set looks amazing.
Yeah, money is being spent. They are still playing that NBA theme.
Oh, they should.
done
That
by
shit
who?
cost
John
them
Tesh.
as much as that stage redesign, I'm sure.
Yeah, they should just keep that forever.
Basketball rock.
I would keep that shit on rotation. That would be the theme song AEW. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
and-
Like, I'd hire some soulful black woman to be singing behind that shit too. Hell yeah. It's only wrestling every Wednesday, Friday, and every day on YouTube. It's only wrestling every single day on your internet and cable.
Yeah.
Wednesday and Friday, rampage. Yeah, it would go so hard.
And then from
They
there,
need-
I'm
they
buying
need
like
that.
all the ad time on the NBA games.
Shit, next time I'm in Atlanta, I'm just going to visit some random church service on a Sunday if I'm Tony Khan. Like,
Random black woman.
you want a job? Hey, you want a job? No.
Like the guy that found his calling doing voice work because he was a homeless dude. Yeah, I got the golden voice.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then he just make billions of dollars. Yeah, just find some random homeless black lady.
There you go.
Give her a microphone.
Yep.
TNT then AEW.
AEW on TNT.
Right. And TBS on Wednesdays.
It works, man.
sometimes.
Just
Yeah.
take out NBA and put AEW in everything.
Yeah.
It writes itself. Come on, Tony.
I'm with it. I am with this. I love it all. That's a great idea. Thank you, BA. And with that said, speaking of things that AEW's brought back, Adam Cole Baybay.
All
Fuck.
about them.
Yes.
Boom.
Thank God.
Back in the building, cut a very baby face promo, I would say.
That
but
tracks.
he put some realness into it. I know you guys may not have caught it. You will catch it later. But just to sum it up, he really gave a lot saying, hey, I was going through some things. I was really banged up, guys. 2 serious head injuries and like shoulders messed up. He's like, I'll wake up, head pounding, headaches and heart racing, and I'm laying next to Britt and she's asking like, are you okay? And he said, with a tear in my eye, I answered her, I don't know. And then he went to say, like, and you guys on Twitter and everybody who reached out and just was saying like, I miss Adam Cole, or even if Adam Cole isn't back wrestling, I hope that he's okay.
Man.
Yeah, man.
Yes. And he said, so guys, I got to, and there, so here now to the bad news. He said, and the bad news is for everybody in that AEW locker room. I am back, and I don't care how long it takes me because I've only scratched the surface at this company. I will be champion. And I was like, oh. And it was a very good emotional babyface-esque promo, which I enjoyed a lot. What are your guys' thoughts on babyface Baybay? A-Dub, I'll start with you. I know.
Have we ever seen like a full babyface Adam Cole? I don't think so. Like, I wasn't well versed in his Ring of Honor work, but I'm interested because
Ring of what?
Ring of Honor.
Ring of who?
Not nice.
Ring of what?
I'm interested. I'm all in.
Ring of what?
I do think Adam Cole is a generational talent.
Y'all know me.
He can get any and everything over. So I'm interested. I'm all in. I'm just glad dude's healthy. I'm glad he's healthy, and I'm glad he gets to get back to doing what he loves to do, because who doesn't want to work their dream job, right?
I feel that.
BA, thoughts on the newly returned Adam Cole Baybay?
It makes sense for them to present him as a babyface because of all the people missing him. It makes sense. That's just how you do it. I don't think it will last long. I give it maybe a feud, and then he gonna turn because
I had enough of this shit.
Oh yeah,
back to bad, baby.
Oh yeah, it's just a matter of a run-in with the Young Bucks. Whenever you see them, when they cross paths again, that's when you'll smell the turn.
Yeah, because they kicked them out of the trios tournament. You're right, the original one.
Mm-hmm. I gotta ask, what is going to be the classic song that Tony Khan spends billions of dollars on for Adam Cole's turn? Because he got, he got Adam Cole, baby, great. But soon, when he makes a major change, what is the rock song that he's gonna get? They got Kansas, fucking Kansas.
Just go
carry on my wayward son.
This is easy, E-Ray. You just go back to WWE and just hand him a blank check for the Undisputed Era theme. That's all you got to do. Period. If you're gonna be blowing money on royalties and shit like that, go get what everybody will get the biggest pop. If you heard that on an AEW show, come on now, E-Ray. You know you can see it. AEW, you see the vision. That's what I'm saying. They might take that out because
lose their mind.
Just give me the guitar riffs. I mean, they can, even if they don't want to shock the system because that's another brand, fine. But that guitar riff though,
Kyle O'Reilly.
And he's still on. He's still on contract. He's hurt though, right? Didn't he hurt like his? Yeah, that's what I thought. So maybe that's if Tony's blowing money, let's blow some on that.
And you got to blow some on getting Bobby some Just for Men and getting him off of Impact or wherever the fuck he is.
Nah, they gonna leave him there.
Get him off of fucking photo editor.
Hell yeah, get him, E-Ray. Tell him that man you can come help him market his services a lot better than that clip art shit he was using.
Let me put you behind an explosion or something.
Right.
It was in the most generic Arial font, size 16 bold. I have wrestled.
Oh, Calabria ass fight.
Time tag. Calabria.
Bobby was making that like Times New Roman. I remember Rome. That's
Hell
where I learned to
yeah.
wrestle.
Absolutely.
When in Rome.
Greco-Roman, right?
Greek-Roman wrestling, right?
I was there when they created this shit. I was
remember
wrestling with it.
Right, with tigers and
hanging out with my
oil.
boy Caesar.
Frankincense.
Right, facts.
Okay, well,
I remember when they called his cut to Caesar. I was there when they named that shit too.
I got the first one.
I don't know who named it. Right.
It's me and him in the first picture. They just cut me out because I didn't run Rome, but that's cool. That's all right. I let Julius have that one.
Right.
What they really don't know is I'm actually Brutus. I'm the one that stabbed him.
Right.
Right. Facts. But I let them
too, Bah-Beyy. It had to be done. Sorry,
Bah-Beyy.
guys. I could not help it. E2 Bah-Beyy. That may be the name of this podcast episode. I'm just saying. E2 Bah-Beyy. Thank you. Bobby Fish is a national treasure, and he will never let us forget it.
So much of a national treasure. He's registered with the American History Society through the government. That's a real life artifact.
As a relic.
Yeah.
The next National Treasure movie is going to be Nick Cage trying to kidnap Bobby Fish.
Oh, shit.
His autograph comes with a license of authenticity.
The seal of the government on it.
Oh, shit. Bobby
It's going to come with the seal of the Continental Congress.
Us all.
Continental Congress.
Oh, my God. We love
Labeled
Bobby
Authentic
Fish.
by Benjamin Franklin.
4 scores and 7
the
years
original
ago,
key.
I authenticate this signature. Robert Fish.
He is going to tweet the podcast and after this episode,
Please.
and it's going to be like, I'm going to kick your guys' asses in a fortnight or two. I'm like, what?
Fortnite.
As soon as I crank up my Model
God.
T, I'm on the way.
Right?
Hell yeah. I'll get there next
Okay.
year sometime. But you watch out. You better not move away because I'm coming.
Send me your forwarding address.
It runs on pure fossil
Send it via the
fuels that
Pony
I've brewed
Express.
myself. Brewing fossil fuels yourself is wild. Okay, sorry, Bobby. Moving on.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
Him and Doc
Moving
Brown
on.
from Back to the Future. I'm sorry. I had to get that
Right.
last one.
Come here, Marty. Otherwise, AEW is fantastic. I'm trying to just move us away from it. I can't get away from it. The guys won't let me.
It's too easy.
But I got to take the reins. Yes.
Oh. Speaking of Reigns, Roman is a psychopath.
Man.
There you go.
Definitely didn't take his
Right,
meds
we-
on Friday
we-
night.
Oh my God. I got
Oh,
scared like he was
talk
yelling
about
at me.
Man, I haven't felt that type of like fear for another human since like when my dad would be mad at any of me or my siblings, and I was like, I want him to get in trouble, but it was too much, and the thunderousness of his voice, I was like, like if he would have went on for like 2 more seconds, I might have shed a tear. Like, I'm sorry. It was so much. We were like, Sammy, no. I recall tweeting you guys for everybody who is listening to this. Friday Night SmackDown, Sami Zayn had to confront Roman Reigns, and Roman came out as the gaslighting sociopath that he is. What? I don't even care about this. 2023 is what we done. But let's talk about last year. Let's talk about what happened at the end of the year. It's like, me and Sammy had a match with Kevin Owens and John Cena. But, I didn't lose. Sammy lost. And I was like, oh shit, it's coming.
Oh, yeah.
It's happening. I was terrified. I was looking for the meme with John C. Reilly from Step Brothers. Something's happening. I felt it in my body, and I was terrified. BA, I'm going to go to you. You look very concentrated. What was on your mind when you seen this Roman promo to Sammy? Did you?
It took me back to those moments back in good old Maple Heights when I was living at my grandparents' house, and my grandfather would get off work, come in the house about 6 o'clock. He used to drive the RTA buses back in Cleveland and all that stuff.
You forgot to
get home.
Oh, so he was
no.
money. They was paying like $23 an hour.
Oh yeah,
back in like '94.
Shit, like 12 of us lived in my grandparents' house. Man, it was like a real life sitcom in that house until we moved out. But anyways, my grandfather would come home.
12.
Let's say my brother Matt had just broke something in the house, and they like, oh, you gonna be mad when Grandpa get home. It was like when my grandfather got home and he found what my brother did, and he just quietly went, changed his clothes, grabbed his belt, and just stood there.
Sociopath.
Like, Matthew? Like, oh yeah, he said the "thew" at the end. It's a wrap. So that's what I felt like when I saw Roman getting all fatherly with Sammy. And to call it as nicely as I can, it was just like, oh shit, like he about to get his ass.
Take the belt
I'm
off.
going to my room because I don't even want to catch no residual swing action. Right?
Anybody else did something?
But you laughing at? Was he just funny?
In science.
I got my belt out for everybody. If you got a problem with it, like, oh no, sir, you got it. I'm to my I'm going to play my video game system, sir. Thank you, because I didn't do anything. So yes,
did your game? I remember.
Oh no,
nope.
My grandfather was also the same human being. Like if you were like woke up on a Saturday morning, you ain't got nothing to do, you did your chores, you start playing video games. He would make comments like, "Is that all you gonna do all day? You not gonna go outside?" Like, right. Shout out to my grandfather.
Not gonna earn a living at 12,
right? Part of the
you better learn a craft,
right?
Like, what?
Is this all you gonna do with your life? Is play video games? Only if I would have taken that seriously. Thanks, Grandpa. Right. Took a whole career from me. Right? I'm rich, took a whole career path from me.
Fucking Fortnite champion. FaZe Clan in this bitch.
Eat it, Granddad.
Granddad, you got any sponsors? I do.
Right. Facts. Who sponsored you going to drive that bus, Grandpa? No.
Right.
I would be here in front of y'all if I said. I was about to say if I made a comment like that, it would be still the ghost of BA. It would just be my grandfather's fist on the camera right now. Like, oh, that's just BA. He just looked like that. He said some crazy shit at age 8 to his grandfather. Fatality. Oh man! Shout out to my grandfather. 85 years old in March this year. Still going strong. But yes.
Shout out to that man.
Yes, sir. That's how I felt though when I saw Roman get all like that.
So it was crazy. Like when Roman kind of turned to Sammy and said, "Who do you think you mean? You think you can do this?" Like I think my allergies just started going crazy because my eyes is filled with water. It was crazy. I don't know what was
hit
going
him, Dad. He didn't mean it. He didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
That's the Usos in the background. He ain't know.
Yeah, I think I was talking on TV like, no, don't do it. He's the honorary Us. Oh, don't do it.
Not the Us.
Yeah, no. Roman has that. He has that down pat. That change in tone and inflection, and like he legitimately sounded angry. Like he has a great future in acting. Hollywood's gonna see that in a couple of months. Shout out to KO for interrupting that because my allergies were going crazy. Eyes just full of water. Yes. Thank you, KO.
KO should have let it go. He should have let Sammy get his comeuppance. But hey, we'll find out more about that in some weeks.
I love that they teased it out. Keep this going. This is the thing, BA. When you're not married, you're just like, oh, the possibility of the thing. It's so special. You don't just like put it down on my table. Right. Nope, none of that. Like
bend over, motherfucker. No.
Like no, it's like, oh yeah, this could happen. Ooh, is it? I don't know. You're just so excited to watch it unfold. So the fact that they didn't even allow it to keep or play out, and then they had Kevin Owens interrupt, and then that kind of started its own thing, which then we were to find out Kevin Owens would be facing Roman Reigns once again for the title at Royal Rumble.
Yep.
Thoughts?
This is going to be the 4th time Roman and KO have faced off at the Rumble for the world title.
It's better than Brock Lesnar.
This is
I'll
definitely
take it.
a break glass to win emergency feud, and I'm happy for it. I'm happy.
I think I don't think that's a fair label, Dub. Break glass like it's an like they have to do this. I mean, they have to with the storylines.
Well, not like I'm not saying like it's an emergency. I'm just saying like if you need to line up somebody for Roman, because you got to keep that belt on him for until you figure out how to take it off of him, or if you figure out, do we have Rock? So you need somebody for him at Rumble, but you need somebody who, like, if he beats him, it doesn't hurt him at all. I think if you put Cross in there, it hurts Cross if Roman beats him at the Rumble in January. If you put Drew back in there, another loss, that hurts Drew. If you put
because those aren't believable,
Bobby in there,
right?
Like it hurts Bobby as you're trying to reheat him up after the suspension. But somebody like KO, you put him in there, KO can take the L. But because his whole character is just keep fighting, you know that he's just going to show up on Monday, pick some fights, and every week he's just going to be picking fights with people. And then at any time you can reheat KO back up. That's what I mean by this is something they can just go to at any time. And then, honestly, right now might be the best time to take that belt off of Roman because KO is doing phenomenal work in this feud. Phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely. And it would make it. There's landing places with him taking the title off him versus the people that you said earlier that's not believable options. Like you've seen Roman destroy these dudes without any question. KO, there's always a chance where KO could get off some crazy shit and it's believable that he could pull that one of them titles off of Roman. Or both of them. This is an undisputed WWE championship match. It's not just from one of the titles. So,
I might go the opposite way of you. I think it works because you don't see KO taking it off, and he doesn't need to. Like, we know KO is established. He's kind of worked his way into that pantheon of WWE fandom. That, like, he was already a thing outside of WWE. Kevin Steen, the fight Kevin fight Steen fight, all that shit. And then in slowly but surely in WWE, coming in NXT how he did, then coming into the main roster how he did, and then going through some patches of just trying to figure it out and keep him hot or not. Then there's just like Sammy, but kind of more on a grander stage. We've seen them go to KO, and whatever he's given, he's pretty much killed. Mm-hmm. And now he's worked his way with the stunner as his finisher. He's like, whatever. He was just bad not too long ago, and then now he's like, oh, okay, I'm the best again. He was fighting Stone Cold as a heel.
I see.
That was less than a year ago. So he's worked himself into this type of feud, and then with the added layer of Sami Zayn just being there and kind of the fight forever thing, but in a much more elevated way. That I'm like, he doesn't need to win because he can lose because of Sami. Extra layers.
Yep.
Or he can lose and Sammy's watching, but he's like throws in a towel for him. It's so many things that can continue to build the story, but still be quite different than just having Brock versus Roman 48. And it's like two big behemoths again. Or Bobby, where it's like, and we'll get to that, but Bobby's going in a bit of a different direction. Or somebody that has yet to challenge for that title, and you don't want that to be the first time we see them, like Cross taking that L to Super Roman, because then he just kind of becomes additional fodder for this grandiose champion and not going to get the rub that we need from him. So I think that's why I think I'm going a different direction. I'm like, I think that KO is the perfect person to believably not win, but he's still going to put on a fantastic performance, and they're going to tell a great story pretty much no matter what, because every time he has faced Roman, because I don't remember him even facing Roman 4 times for the belt at Royal Rumble. I don't remember it. So it couldn't be, it doesn't feel the same, because it happens. Something different happens. They add some layers to it. Paul Heyman helped him out one of the times. Like it's so much different stuff to it. So I'm perfectly fine with that. But with that said, getting to another layer of things that we wanted to be wham bam, thank you ma'am, and now are evolving. It's time for BA's Uncle Howdy theories.
We need pyro with that.
We do need some sort of.
Right, we need a soundboard.
Yeah,
of some sort.
Absolutely.
But this week, we had 2 Uncle Howdy appearances.
Yes, we did. He's starting
We
to.
had one. Starting to heat up. One on SmackDown, which let's talk about that one first. Uncle Howdy came out during a Bray Wyatt promo.
Yep, he sure did.
And a promo off versus LA Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah. that's not where I thought that was going. I was like, okay, they're about to jump LA Knight. That's cool. And no. Uncle Howdy gave the Sister Abigail to Bray Wyatt.
Yep, sure did.
BA, I need to know your thoughts. Give me your thoughts.
I'm gonna sound like a broken record, low key, from last week, cause
no, I need some new.
Hey,
give me some new words. All the words you used last week, they're gone. Give me better theories now.
Right now, get your thesaurus, BA. Start getting creative. He sounded like T Wolf, real talk just now. Right? He sound that's
Give me a keg of beer.
T Wolf, love it. No, man, it's the Uncle Howdy thing. I like to see that because, again, like I said last week, it's unpredictable, right? Easy, Teen Wolf, because of the fact that nobody saw that coming. You thought they was about to jump LA Knight, and all of a sudden, Uncle Howdy gives Bray a fucking Sister Abigail. Why?
I was like, what?
Now we gotta understand more of like what the fuck is this Uncle Howdy about? He's doing stuff so nobody can keep tabs on, and you can't put him in a box. We can't put him and say, oh yeah, this is who he is, and this because he's doing X, Y, Z. No, you can't, because everything he's doing makes no fucking sense compared to what is actually being presented to us, which is crazy to me.
Absolutely.
Again,
but do you like it still? Are you still aboard?
Yeah, I can't predict it. It's nothing that I'm sitting there like, all right, this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen. Back to scrolling on Twitter. No, you gotta be literally like eyes on that shit the whole time, or you're gonna miss something.
That's true.
Like even like when they had
a separate entrance.
Yes,
as well.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like nobody knows
separate entrance, separate music.
Nobody knows what the fuck to do and where to put this guy at, and what is he doing? What is he about? It's great for what Bray Wyatt has been trying to do since he's been in the WWE, which is create all this mystical, weird shit in wrestling, and it's not that it's believable, but it's creating intrigue and it's something different. That's another thing I kept saying last week. It's different. I want to see it. I'm still bought in because it's nothing that I'm sitting there like, oh, I called it. Next. So, no, man. I'm, again, curious to see what the fuck's going to happen this Friday on SmackDown now. Seeing that our LA Knight and Uncle Howdy like going to have a handicap match against Bray Wyatt on Friday. Who knows? That's the fucking magic of it all, fellas. And I'm here for it. Period.
Okay. Dub, I'm gonna open the door for you, let you in right on to the segment here. Right. You see what I did there?
Love everything about this shit. Love everything about it. The weirdness, the jumping of LA Knight. LA Knight just trying to be himself in this world and realm of weirdness.
Yes.
So great.
So good. So good.
I don't know if I sent it to
Bray
you
Wyatt,
guys.
you keep jumping me with some weird shit. Let me tell you something. Then he gets hit by like a fucking axe, a flying axe or some shit. Like, what is happening?
Yeah, I don't know if I sent it to you guys, but LA Knight cut a promo. I mean, it's essentially a commercial for Mountain Dew Pitch Black, but it was about the match too. And like, I was like, damn, this guy's a fucking mega star. So like, this was a thing that like if I were booking it, I wouldn't have booked these two guys. But damn it, that's why I'm sitting here with y'all sometimes. I'm like, this just works in a way that is just so phenomenal.
Could have never predicted.
No,
bro.
who would have ever add in the Alexa Bliss angle of it?
Oh yeah, which we about to get to. But before we leave LA Knight, who would have ever thought? And this is what justifies his greatness even more. Who would have thought he would have been the man to help Bray get his shit over? Who would have thought? I wouldn't have picked. He would have been the 50th name I would have named out of all the people that were possible he could work with, as in Bray, to make his shit believable as a gimmick.
I'm gonna start the campaign right now. LA Knight for Money in the Bank. I'm just gonna start it right now.
Twitter already beat you there, man. That's a big push on Twitter. Do it, man.
Hey, he that stick talk. Got it.
Yes, he does.
LA Knight was a fan favorite back in NXT. They stripped him of all the things that made him cool.
Thanks, Vince.
And then he found it back. He was walking past one day in his random Maximum Male Models gear, and then he just walked past like a leather jacket, and it was like, yeah. What was that? Huh?
They calling me.
He looked at the jacket, start like a spotlight drop down on the leather, and it's like, let me tell you something. Who said that? Then he put it on, and like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, he just automatically changed into the LA Knight gear.
Yes.
It was like,
he floated down like the White Ranger did.
Yes.
Right. And like, what's going on? Like, well, let me talk to you.
That's always missing, like a talking sword.
Oh yeah,
it just does something.
He can borrow Drew. He can borrow Drew's sword.
Stop getting jumped by Bray Wyatt.
Right. There you go.
But yes, I loved everything that was going on there. It's so weird, and again, correct me if I'm wrong. It's like both of their first feuds, technically.
In the new era,
LA Knight didn't have a feud as LA Knight. It's been Bray Wyatt because he left Maximum Male Models, and then he was kind of
it's been his first feud since he's been back, 100%.
Since
Bray Wyatt
and Waller, insane.
And Bray Wyatt comes back, and the first person they have him feud with was LA Knight. I was like, oh, this is about to be terrible.
LA Knight.
Like, what the hell's happening? And boy, was I wrong. So yes, I am thoroughly enjoying the weirdness of this, the grounding of again, LA Knight talking on the mic and just trying to power through it, and like, I don't care about none of this weird mystical shit, blah 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 blah. And then here comes Uncle Howdy while Bray Wyatt, because he's like, Bray Wyatt is Uncle Howdy, and then he's like, or he hires somebody, I don't know. He's very confused, and I love this. So that was another fascinating thing to me. But just when you thought shit was just like, okay, whatever, we get to Raw. As of last week, Raw, Alexa Bliss had her match with Bianca Belair, and she's seen Uncle Howdy mask, I guess, in the audience, and then of course the little flicker happened, and she went buck wild on the ref. She went buck wild on Bianca. And I was like, what is happening? Okay. And she got eliminated, and she just basically went crazy. Bianca was left bleeding in the show. They come out, the show opens up. Alexa Bliss comes out. She stands on a table like, yo, I'm in control. The evil is always inside of me. I'm starting to feel like myself again, and it feels so good. And before she could finish her thought with her Michael Jackson jacket with all them zippers, she literally was interrupted by Uncle Howdy saying the classic line, Uncle Howdy is banging. He looked at her. He looked at Alexa Bliss and said, do you think you're in charge? And I was like, oh my God. And then all of a sudden the door opened. Ding, 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 and he was there. And then it cut to a commercial for some fucking reason. I'm like, wait, what? And then they came back and something else altogether, Damage Control, came out. And I was like, what?
That's the genius part of the whole thing. Like,
I didn't even know.
Thank you, A-Dub. Before they give you the why. Alexa was about to get to like the meat of the promo and give you the why behind everything, and then it cut it out. You're like, shit, she was about to tell us everything. Nope.
Or
Not
Uncle
this week.
Howdy was about to.
Yeah, and then Uncle Howdy comes out, and you're like,
what
oh,
happened
maybe
next?
he's about to give us the why. Nope.
Maybe they're about to have an interaction. No, I'm like, what?
Yeah,
was
they got
that?
you. They got us on the hook. They got us on the hook.
They get us good every single week. Now it's going to be twice a week, as we see with Uncle Howdy,
Hopefully.
man.
I like this. I think this is a good job as long and they're doing it horror style because horror.
Thank you.
There's a thing of there's a premise of the law of diminishing returns. I think if anybody out there horror fans, you'll know if you've seen The Ring, the first movie. And that movie was like, oh, this ain't that bad. It's like, oh, you're going to die in 7 days. Oh, my God. It's a mystery. We're trying to figure this out. Oh, we somehow figured it out. We helped the little girl. The end, right? Wrong, motherfucker. The end was horrifying. And that made the whole movie scary as hell. Keyword, the very end. All the little seeds that they dropped throughout.
So many seeds.
Made the end so much more potent. Ring 2, on the other hand, which was not made from a Japanese whatever, like a remake, American remake of a Japanese film. Ring 2 was just like American being greedy. I was like, it worked once. Let's double it up. Let's just keep short. This bitch popped up every 8 scenes, just overexposed her. Oh, look at me. I'm the ghost scary girl.
Sucked.
It did not work nowhere near the same. It was the law of diminishing returns. So as we seen her, and the longer we seen her, even though the special effects were good, I would say, it didn't have the same horror factor to it because the same seeds weren't planted. Therefore, it was overexposed. Do you guys see, I say that to say, do you guys see a time, BA, I'll start with you, where possibly Uncle Howdy gets overexposed, or you think that this was a showcase that they are doing things just right?
That's a tricky question, E-Ray. I'm not gonna lie, because to overexpose him is only possible if you go into things to where he's just kind of being presented like everybody else, I guess. I think when you stop making him seem like this mythical / mystical thing, that's when
He's gonna call him a creature. It's cool.
Yeah, creature, thing, person, Uncle Horny, whatever you want to call him. Right. Whenever we see it every week,
consumer.
He's backstage doing like interviews with whoever's the stage hand is. That's when it will lose its luster. You got to keep it the same type of presentation. To your point, E-Ray, of horror, that was a great analogy. There's big time diminishing returns in that. And if you go for the money grab, and I think that the old Bray stuff was more like how slasher horror used to be and still is. As soon as there's a success, they just fucking milk it. I don't care what quality of movie this is. As long as that goddamn dude's wearing a mask and killing people can go see it. I don't care what the quality or art behind it is. So I don't think that's going to happen with this, because we were kind of getting that every week during Vince when he was dealing with creative and letting
the Fiend.
the Fiend, the Firefly Funhouse every single week. The presentation being very much similar, but little tweaks to make it different. That's when the shit gets old. I don't think that's going to happen here, because there's so many questions. There's so many people in catering that they could just throw into this to make them relevant again. A storyline like this is something that if they play it right and they keep it around for a long time, it only get boring if they start to not make it special and have all this mystery around it. That's when it becomes like, okay, get off my TV.
So to that point, let me ask you guys this. After we get the why and we get the conclusion to this feud, should Uncle Howdy go away for a while? Like completely?
Good question.
I mean, can you though with Alexa and the thing, like
you gotta build it up.
Rid of
can't.
Like, does he just disappear? But I think.
Well, that's what I'm
because of
saying. Like,
Bray-
so like the thing is like his whole thing right now
know
is
how you
getting
do that.
Bray and Alexa to accept their darkness. Once they've done that and they're full into the dark, does he just go away?
No, it'll be like
doesn't make sense.
we've all seen The Wizard of Oz, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be like, the great powerful Oz is there, but he only shows his face when he needs to. So you'll have this universe of all these people that have been created, but Uncle Howdy only show up when people need to be put in their place,
Okay.
or when shit needs to be regulated. So I think we'll get him in doses, but it ain't gonna be, again, it's not gonna be every week, because then things will lose its luster, in my opinion.
I like that. Yo, it's E-Ray, the quasi bad guy, the Diet Coke of evil, the side god of pod, and I'm here to tell y'all, come check out my show, Binge Flicks and Chill. You never know what you're gonna get, but we always talking some good shit when it comes to television and the latest movies. So we want to bring y'all in. We want to make sure you have a good time. You learn something, you laugh, you cry, you might stab a nigga or two. I don't know what you're gonna get, but that shit's popping. So come check out Binge Flicks and Chill. And it's me, E-Ray, and I'm out. Okay. Speaking of things losing their luster, what do you guys think about that tease that they did on Monday Night Raw? Possible Hurt Business reunion.
Sign me up. Sign me all the way the fuck up.
We've been predicting it for months.
Don't care how we
We've
get
been
there.
saying this is. They
Sign me up.
deserve their live crowd run.
I need it.
They deserve it.
I need it. And then put all the belts
They
back
better
on.
hurry up
I
before
need it.
Vince come in to creative and shut that shit down
I know.
all of a sudden.
And that's why I was like, they used them and abused them all throughout the pandemic. They were just running shit. And then he was like, Bobby Lashley. And he took them. And then Cedric and Shelton just got abused every 10 minutes when they needed bodies to throw at Bobby Lashley. And I hated it. But I would love to see, and that's what lost its luster for me. But thinking about the Hurt Business and how they did the tease with Bobby Lashley getting reinstated by MVP.
Well, MVP
I love
talked to
that.
Adam Pearce and got Pearce
Well-
to reinstate him. Yeah.
Yeah. And then literally okay, great, that's up. And then it's like, I don't know if he's still working with Amos or whatever, but thinking about those guys, and then he's like, hey, even Shelton and Cedric, they might see the error of their ways. And it was like, ooh, he's putting together the seeds to return this super group and be like, look, you see what the Usos did with and the Bloodline? That should have been us. That's essentially what they're doing. They could create that, and then you get the Bloodline versus the Hurt Business.
Yes.
And possible not SummerSlam, Survivor Series.
Well, they
type
got to find
deal,
something for Roman to
and,
do
like,
at the
really
Chamber,
build them
so
up.
I wouldn't be mad at it.
Yeah. So many possibilities. I think we're all into it. We don't even have to spend time on it. I just love the tease.
E-Ray, you on to something, man, because you also were teased with a Judgment Day versus Usos interaction. So you got these three stables, gang wars. Shout out to you, Dub. Trips still doing what he do. Like, well, shit, we got these stables. Let's just all have them fucking fight each other. So I think you're starting to see the origin of that.
For sure. And speaking of gang affiliated,
First day out.
Man.
Listen.
Loke Dog fucking
Dom
died.
went full Grape Street Crip. And
Yes,
said,
he did, man.
it's-
Saints Row out here.
Grape Street Vato. The judgment. Oh my.
Did you guys ever think you would get to
Come
the point
on,
where
man.
you were
The purple
applauding things
flannel.
that Dominic Mysterio did?
No,
Never.
Like,
not at all.
this heel turn has been the best
yet,
thing to happen to
here's the
him. Like, because he seems like he's just that kid. Like, God, you just grew up rich and you just you benefit from your father's
Mommy,
name. And,
mommy, don't let him take me.
Nepotism.
yeah, and now you got these
Nepotism.
3 super wrestlers behind you, and for some strange reason they like you. Like,
And it's working because it's like they know he ain't shit either. They're like, oh wait. They're like, no, don't let him wrestle. It's just like, it's okay, he can do it. And they look at each other like, oh, he can't do it. It's great because it's like they're just pumping his head up. It's so funny. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's the best. It's making me laugh every week. Like they style him better. It's again, I think heels just have more fun.
The Miz TV segment.
That's
Miz
it.
like, tell him another story, Dom. Yeah. It's so ridiculous.
It's so, and he's not even good on a mic, so he be messing up the promo. But the character work is so good, and that he's placed in. It's like, all right, even if it isn't the best, it's kind of like playing Madden, and maybe you have the '97 expansion team Browns, and the person, and then you got your little nephew that don't know how to play the damn game, still has the Patriots. It's like, all right, well, it's still gonna be hard. So even though he's messing up, he don't know what the hell to throw the ball. You got motherfuckers just yoinking the ball out of the air. You still got Tom Brady. It's just, this is the type of thing that we're dealing with, or whatever. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm like. That is the thing there. Like the bad team versus the good team. He's set up in such a good position with everybody hitting their stride, because Damian Priest feels a lot more naturally better in this role. Rhea Ripley is on another level. I can guarantee she's about to be challenging for a belt, and she's probably going to win one of them.
She's getting her WrestleMania moment this year.
She gets,
for sure.
She gets it. She's found her character, and she has not let it go. Like hey, shout out to you if you are a follower of the IG page for Let Me Book the Territory. But there was a story ran with Rhea Ripley scaring a kid.
That shit was hilarious.
at the show. Great.
That's
I love
hilarious.
it. So we always run like little random wrestling related stories to coincide with the episode drops. That was one of them. It was fantastic. It's like, she gets it. Now you're running on autopilot with your character, very much like Roman Reigns did. So love everything about that. And yeah, and Finn is Finn. Finn is a natural born.
Finn should never be a
heat
babyface
magnet
ever
heel.
again.
Now, I mean,
I don't like
he can
babyface Finn.
He can do both.
I don't like
He
babyface
can do
Finn.
both. But I think the way they just portray baby faces is so one-dimensionally generic that it just takes
That it
away
only worked
from
for John
most
Cena?
people.
I'll give AEW
Basically,
that.
and even them, they hated him. It still was,
Yeah, but
Cena,
even
let's
the
go
hating
Cena,
of
Cena
him, like
sucks.
he got a reaction. Like babyface Finn
True.
didn't even get a reaction. Like, but
That's a good point, Doug.
nah.
Not
I don't
like
think he had a
that.
reaction.
Like,
I think you did the.
but what babyface?
And then after that,
What
it was like,
babyface gets that reaction though? For real, outside of Cody Rhodes right now, what babyface is getting that reaction? Like that crazy,
Seth?
like. Well, Seth is technically a heel. Technically,
Nah. I'm talking. Well, I didn't mean like legitimately right now. I just meant like what other babyface?
Rey
Seth,
Mysterio?
when he was the Kingslayer.
Oh, my baddie. I got you.
Rey Mysterio.
Facts. I got
So
you.
yeah, those people are getting those big pops and those big things, and I think Finn would get it because everybody loved his entrance. They loved Fonzie Finn. Hey, come out with
Mr.
the
Leather jacket.
Yeah, he's ripped. He looks great. Yeah, it's like Balor Club. He even had a LGBTQ Balor Club
Yeah, I remember.
shirt, and I was like, that was probably the last one before he got sent back to NXT. So he was definitely doing stuff for the crowd, but it became a part where we knew he just wasn't going to win. Like, God didn't even
Finn
want him to
Balor.
win, apparently, because whatever happened,
They brought him back.
he,
From
like, Roman Reigns was like, what the hell was that? God was like, no, Finn, you don't get to win anything. He had to go back
Well,
to
you
NXT,
can't dress up like a demon and then beat somebody who's on God mode. You just can't do it. I get.
Nah.
Hey.
Only
That
person that can
vibe.
beat God in a match is Vince McMahon.
Yes, facts. Even with Shawn Michaels in his corner, God still couldn't beat Vince McMahon.
and The Rock, apparently, because CM Punk Said you're too short the box guy.
Such
Your
a great
arm's too short,
promo.
and he still won. But yeah, so I really enjoyed. I thought Raw was very entertaining, especially juxtaposed with one of the worst NCAA championship games ever. O-State should have been in there. This is not a sports pot per se, but just saying, hey, the bodies got too cute, and they decided to not do what everybody wanted and have Michigan versus Ohio State. Go back and have that rematch and put O-State at 3 and TCU at 4. So guess what? You missed out on great ratings twice.
Yep.
And I mean, you got that one ratings bump on
The semifinal games. Yeah, those games were crazy.
Those were fantastic.
Great games.
But that was like that build up to the like, oh shit, she touched me. Oh,
just grab it.
Right.
Please.
The top is crazy. Let me see what that box is like. And he's like, wah, wah, wah. Like, right. This is
you
fun.
just got sent to the bench.
Facts.
Right. So that's why I end up watching most of Raw, because I had no reason to turn to the national championship game because they were down by 40.
I'm just glad I didn't bet any money on any period. I didn't bet any money. I was real tempted to try to be a hero and let me put some money on TCU. No,
To at
glad I
least
did
cover.
it.
Nope.
No, hell
Cover
no.
this.
I think I was
Cover
listening
the
to
spread. They got
IR.
spread
I heard
out.
y'all talking about it on IR, E-Ray, after the fact. And I was like, ooh, man, I hope nobody took them bets. Like, I'm sure y'all going to talk about it next week, but goddamn.
But
Oh,
yeah, but yep, Raw was really good. Good going to something that I didn't think was so good. New Year's Evil.
New Year's Eve.
I fell asleep on
Hey,
it, man.
man.
I was so upset last night. I was telling the fellas before the pod started, guys, listeners, that I fucking fell asleep, went outside, did my BA thing, smoked me a nice little doob, came inside, ate me a sandwich, put my head on the pillow, cut on NXT, woke up at fucking 5 a.m. to work out like, oh, damn it, missed the fucking show. So the fellas is going to have to carry this one. I'm going to be intrigued just like y'all to hear their thoughts because I don't even know what happened for real outside of what YouTube and Twitter told me, which to E-Ray's point, not a ton of stuff. So tell us, E-Ray, why did you hate New Year's Evil?
I'm not gonna hate is a strong word, but for what was built up to be like a lot of what seemingly like good matches or at least a good show, it felt very disjointed to me. It had a lot of just randomness. I felt like, what even is this show? I felt like everything that they had been building towards didn't really make sense. And I was like, this is the, like, I guess it should have been maybe some blow-offs and nothing was everything was like kind of extended. Like, oh no, we're going to wait till Revenge Day or whatever. And I was like, yeah, right. See, look, I can't even get that shit right because it was so stupid in New Year's Evil. Like, oh, Vengeance Day. It's like, oh, okay, I guess. Like, whatever. But they opened up the show with White Blade. He was giving it to
Our
us.
guy.
Delivering some
Sold.
hard justice.
Yes, he is.
Hard motherfucking justice to Tony D. Tony D got beat like we thought he would. No one thought the Dom was going to beat White Blade because just like Steven Seagal, he don't lose to minorities. Like, so it just wasn't happening. And he beat the shit out of him. He tied up. I think he handcuffed Dimes or Stacks.
Oh, man.
And then just start beating wholesale ass. And I was like, all right.
Dijak
White
went
Blade
straight
wins.
80s boss mode. Handcuffing people?
Oh, yeah.
Did he have henchmen too?
Yep. No. He handcuffed the henchman, and then I think Wesley was on commentary, and then they had to do their pose off. So Wesley stands up with the belt. Dijak acknowledges him. Think a little bit of his Just for Man drips out onto the ring, and then he entered a portal like Noob Saibot and disappeared. And it was fantastic. I was like, yeah, I was like, okay, that was cool. Any thoughts about that? Dub, or can we move?
So I think the end of the match was interesting, as far as like Stacks was like, no, let me finish him for you, and like let me take the hit, and then Tony D kind of like kisses him on the head, says, no, you're family, and then pushes him down, and then Dijak kicks him in the face and knocks him in the next week.
Nice.
To me, I think that kind of sets up, I think what we're going to see next from Tony D and Stacks is maybe a nice tag run for him, where they're trying to run after the tag belts. So that way it gives Gallus some more people to beat up on their road to taking those belts off a New Day, which we'll get to in a minute. But other than that, I mean, I'd be shocked if Dijak didn't take that belt off of Wesley. Just styles make fights, but Dijak's a monster. And Wesley's really good. I'm a big Wesley fan, but I just can't see how they could book that.
Me speaking blindly to things, I'm shocked to hear that you think Dijak's going to just immediately take that belt off of Wesley, just because of the fact that with Dijak and E-Ray, we can't hear you if you're supposed to be talking. I couldn't tell. Oh, all right. So in regards to Dijak, he's such a character. He don't need the belt. I feel like he's such a larger than life dude. I just find it, maybe they do a back and forth with him and Wesley pass that thing between each other a couple of times, but I just don't see him needing a belt because he's like this fucking monster, like you said. If anything, it'd be NXT title at some point in the future. But I don't know about North America.
Point I wanted to get to.
I agree that Dijak doesn't need a belt, but also I think them putting him in this kind of spot is for them to give him the belt. He's not going to hold it for long, but when they have another baby face they want to start to build, that's when you can move Dijak up. I literally think this North American title is literally a ladder for a lot of guys. I don't think it's a ladder for Wes Lee. I think once they take that belt off of him, he's probably getting called up or moved down and just kind of hanging out and catering and eating all that good food they got back there. But for Dijak, I think it is going to be a stepping stone for him to get to the next level.
Interesting. I kind of agree with both of you, but different pieces. I think Dijak does not need the North American belt, but damn sure needs that NXT title because he should have got it the first time around. With the matches that him and Damian Priest put on, the matches that him and Keith Lee put on, just incredible work. But Karrion Kross came, and it was just sacrifice everybody to the cross. And I was like, damn, well, all right, you crucified. And it's like, well, it's just happening. So this time around, I think with Bron Breakker, he is the perfect person to take that belt off of Bron Breakker.
Oh man,
legitimately,
it's believable.
And in all facets, he should be the guy that breaks Bron.
We've been talking NXT for 2 minutes, and E-Ray has already booked the belt off of Bron Breakker.
Hey, you know my style. Just keeping it real. But that's the name of the game.
Yes, it is.
But besides that, I don't think he needs the North American title. But that's where I start agreeing with Dub that I think it's a stepping stone. You get that because the next guy that you got to go after, I think and again with this stuff with Bron Breakker, I thought it would be a perfect time to have Apollo Crews and have Carmelo in a triple threat with Bron Breakker. That way you can take the belt off of Bron and either one of them can get it and it's believable, it's great. Run back the feud and just exclude Bron and then call him up or whatever you want to do. Fine. But yeah, if you're just going the solo route, Dijak will whip Bron Breakker's ass and it's going to look good and Bron can hit him with some stuff. But at the end of the day, Bron is not as good of a wrestler. He's not as strong as Dijak. And it's just going to be like, oh, no, this is the guy. He's not as sports entertaining. All the things that you need, I think that's where it goes. But I just don't know how we get there because they've saddled him with this. So maybe he doesn't see that belt anytime soon. But, I mean, again, I that's the thing that I don't know yet. But Yeah, I see. That was one of the things that happened. Moving away from that, getting right to it. There was that other match with the, all the tag teams and stuff. With, I love. Was it Deadly?
Pretty Deadly. Yeah, those guys
great. It makes me happy. But I know Dub popped when he seen
Gallus Boys on top.
come out.
Let me tell you something. Let me talk to you.
He been waiting.
Let me talk to you.
Did y'all hear the inflection in his voice when NXT UK, like just the thought of NXT UK talk comes? Like that man woke up like he just
Gallus. You were Gallus. Next time you're doing, and BA put that on the list. We need a sponsorship from Clap Cleats. Next time you doing your thing with the naughty no-nos in your birthday suit, make sure you just before you reach your maximum ambition, just make sure you just scream out, Gallus Boys on top. And whoever the victim of this would be is like, what?
victim.
Oh, Gallus.
So they bring that APA type energy of just, hey, we're just gonna get out here, we're gonna beat you up, and there's nothing you can do about it. And then when we're done beating you up, we're gonna beat you up some more. And I'm just a big fan of it, just how they move. And then Wolfgang, he can move like a cruiserweight if he decides he wants to, and they're gonna have a really good match with New Day. I have no doubts in my mind about that.
Oh my!
But they're definitely taking those belts off of New Day at Vengeance Day. There's no question in my mind.
I like it a lot. I know I'm not the biggest fan of NXT
me neither.
UK.
Never seen it.
Talent, right? But Dub always keeps us abreast on all the talent and everything they've ever done, all the titles, how long the reigns are, of course. So that makes me feel like, hey, Gallus is the squad that needs to take those belts off of New Day, and they'll help them elevate it. Mm-hmm. So I'm not mad at that in any way, shape, or form. And then I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's okay if I'm not in the right order, because again, I didn't care. We had the match that was supposed to, I thought would be the main event, was Bron Breakker versus Grayson Waller. And shenanigans were afoot, to say the least. I think that's immediately why I didn't like it, because I was like, I get that it's not believable. I wanted Grayson Waller to do some smarty things before the weird, wonky
The
match
ghost of Finn
shit,
Balor
like,
was
especially
present.
not to the God was present. God apparently doesn't want Grayson Waller to win either. God is, they say God don't have favorites, but shit, not according to wrestling. Mm-hmm. I can't tell. Big G, we gotta talk. We're gonna talk after this pod, Big G. But I just think it was interesting to see all the shenanigans, and it started taking away from the match to me. For those that don't know, BA included, the match started pretty good. Stuff was going down. Then I want to say Grayson Waller threw Bron Breakker into a turnbuckle, and the turnbuckle,
the middle rope specifically.
Yeah, it just like popped, and it went cring, and the whole fucking ropes got loose. I was like, what? And then they're looking at it like, oh gosh, it happens sometimes, but it don't happen a lot.
No, Booker T specifically said, oh no, it's an anomaly, but it happens all the time.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Okay, Sex Panther.
Charmel,
60% of the time.
Charmel, come get your man. He has been wilding out on commentary lately. You need to be sitting next to that man. Yes, we need some quality control on Booker T.
Yeah, it just ain't gonna happen.
I don't. Good Lord.
I had front row seats. Then every time that turnbuckle just go down, then it be like, oh yeah, you never know the shucky ducky quack quack of the knee. Like what? I don't know what he's talking about.
On the seventh day, God made Isla Dawn so she could put elbow fire grease to out of shame into passion. Good Lord.
Put the kibosh on elbow fire. But thank you, Booker T, for that sweet commentary. But yes, I watched as Bron Breakker still attempted to fix this turnbuckle, and they kept the match going. Apparently they fixed it, and then later on, some pretty good wrestling's happening. But I'm already kind of out of the match. Like, okay, well, this is gonna play a factor somewhere. This is gonna be stupid. So I've already put it in my mind. This is stupid. And Dub, where were you at this moment in time? Just so I want to see how your reaction was in comparison to
So like I thought it was gonna play a factor, but again, I'm still on the Grayson's winning this belt thing, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna play a factor for Grayson. Bron's gonna try and hit a spear. He's gonna spear a turnbuckle. Is gonna fall apart. He's gonna bump his head or something, and I don't know. Like, but so the way it ended, I was like, that sucks.
Dumb.
But like,
Dumb.
I wasn't mad at the ending. Like, it sucked because Grayson Waller needs that belt. But I wasn't mad at it. But if you're gonna do that ending, it needs to happen at the end of the night. It needs to happen at and cameras go off, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta tune in next.
Or
week
you get like some digital exclusive on the Twitter feed or something of the thing that they did with Shawn Michaels. Like, that can't happen in the middle of the show. Because for the end of the show, for them to be talking to Shawn, that's not how you do things.
What? That's how you end the show, and I think that's what it was. If it was up to me, if I was booking this territory, I would have ordered this card so much differently. And I think I would have started with the women's match to open it up, get a nice pop for the crowd, have 19 women, a lot of them that we don't even know who the hell they were, and then some Soul Ruka and all that shit. Put them all in there and then have it go down. That's dope. Or open again, and then
I would have started the card with the Creed Brothers match that didn't happen. So you get that gender pop to start.
Yeah, that was another thing. I honestly knew, oh, Vince McMahon is back because Jinder Mahal appeared on my television. And if you know nothing else about Vince McMahon, he has the most ragingest boner for Jinder Mahal and R-Truth. He loves those guys. And I do too, but I can always tell whenever they're involved, oh, Vince is back. Vince is up. Vince is there. That's good.
Don't hinder the gender.
And I was like, oh, don't hinder gender. And the last time this happened, he won the championship. So again, who knows? But yeah, for whatever reason, our boy wasn't there in the match at all. And I was like, what? This is weird. Indo Sheer without Veer. It's like, so Indo Veer? I don't know. It wasn't there. And then comes out the modern day Maharaja, and shit just got real. And it was a good pop. I was like, even that, I mean, I guess you could start off like that. That would have been fine. But yeah, I just didn't like the order of a lot of these things. But getting back to the final thing, I think Grayson Waller was on the rope. The rope broke again. He falls out the ring. And then it was like, okay, and they ended. It was dumb. So I was like, all right, this is super stupid. I didn't like that part. And then I took that away. Fine. Then the shenanigans with Indo Sheer happened. And I was like, wait, more shenanigans? Like, this is just pure shenanigans at this point. Now I'm getting annoyed. Because I wanted, some straight matches, some blow-offs, or maybe some beginning of feuds, something. And we just were all over the place. So I was like, why is Jinder Mahal just appearing and no Veer at all? That was weird. Why couldn't he not been there with them or snuck up behind them? Something, who cares? But I needed more of that. Did not happen. And then all of a sudden, impromptu wise, Jinder Mahal now has a match with Julius Creed, and then he wins. And I was like, okay, that's also very
because he had to. You can't jump a guy and then him beat you in a match later in the same night.
Yeah, but you can't jump him that night and then beat him the same night. You got to jump him and then you see him the next week or something. That's just felt weird to me. But I digress. After this happens, then you get an interview with Toxic Attraction, and they say what's gonna happen if you girls come out as being the last two, and it's like, then they're gonna raise our hands and say Toxic Attraction is your winners or some shit like that. I was like, okay, that's not how this match works, but I'll watch it. And JC Jane has shined on the mic as of late. She's taken that role with some fire to her and some fervor. Gigi has not so much, but she's good to look at. So, hey, she's still there.
Gigi's be Gigi.
Boy.
But, so the match happens. Sol Ruka pulls out the Kofi spot. Love it. I think you always need a Kofi spot now. Thank you, Kofi, for becoming like a thing. Kofi spot is a thing in every type of like Royal Rumble-esque battle royal type thing. Sol Ruka performed that excellently. Great strength, great control, and then got eliminated. Cora Jade was eliminated first. Who said she was going to win?
That
She was eliminated immediately. Oh, so Dub was wrong.
Dub was wrong.
Yes.
100%.
Long as you know
100%.
that. Then my girl, Zoe Stark, was kicking some ass. They eliminated a bunch of other jobber-esque chicks. Some cheeks were eliminated. Zoe Stark tossed Nikita Lyons' ass out. It's great. She like bench pressed somebody at one point. I don't even remember who that was. She tossed her ass. Bitch, get out of here. I was like, yeah. And then she got eliminated. And I was like, oh fuck. I started looking at the remaining roster, and then me and Dub hitting each other at the same time. Like, is Elbow Fire gonna win this?
And then a few moments later,
nothing.
Right.
Literally, her ass was tossed out. And then I'm like, wait a second. There's some chick that I do not know her name, legitimately. Then there's Gigi, JC Jane, and I think that was it. Those are the final three. And I was like, what? The chick was on the outside. They bounced her ass after they got rid of Zoe Stark and Elbow Fire. And then I was like, well... They basically use this as what they typically do for Royal Rumbles, and a lot of the individual feuds were set up here, which was great. I like that. I'm not mad at that. But they had JC Jane and Gigi at the very end, and then they're like, oh, I'm going to eliminate myself. And it was just a bad spot. Then JC Jane was about to jump out the ring. Gigi Dolan says, wait. And she goes, okay. And she just super kicks her in the face. And I was like, wait, what? And then she starts trying to throw her out, and they start just brawling like psychopaths. I'm like, oh, well, they're breaking up Toxic Attraction. Okay, cool. Because now that, Lamanda's gone, she's making her billions and billions. They're like, all right, we're going to play this up, and now we're going to boil it to a climax and break it off. Fine with that. They get on top, and I'm like, oh, they're both trying to suplex each other out. Then I think a double headbutt, and they pull the John Cena Batista thing where they both go out and touch at the exact same time. Instead of having to restart the match, they indeed name JC and Gigi Dolan the winners of the match. Toxic Attraction won the battle.
Oh, they went 94 Royal Rumble on y'all.
Wait. But wait. There's more, BA. Then the thing that I hate the most happened. They gave JC Jane and Gigi Dolan both the opportunity now And Roxanne Perez comes out smiling and holding up her title like, yay,
yo.
this is absolutely what I wanted.
Hold that thought.
What the fuck? This is what I mean about baby faces and them having no like grit to them. I would be pissed. Like, hold up, no, what? Figure that shit out right now, both of you. Or you know what I mean? It's just like, oh, you just made this match much more hard and unfair to me, and I'm gonna come out like,
yeah, like a heel champion is
job,
running out there and
guys.
yelling at the referees,
Yeah.
like, no, you got to pick one, or they need to have a match. I'm not doing this. I'm the
Right.
champ. I deserve respect. But white meat babyface
Right.
is like, yeah, I'll cut my winning percentage down to 33 1/3. No problem.
right. I
Stupid.
love Steiner math.
Fucking dumb.
Like I do not get it. It's just like when Kofi was champion and he said, "Brock Lesnar, I've never beaten you, so I can't wait to give you my title
Right.
because I've
3
never
seconds
win."
later.
For real.
I was so annoyed. So baby faces be doing goofy babyface stupid shit, and this they're not deviating from it. So Roxanne Perez came out again, just like she did last week at the top when they announced this battle royal and said, "Yay!" And I was like, "Ugh, that it's
The absolute
annoying.
worst part
Bothers
about
me
it is
so much."
that she does that, and you know in your mind, you're like, they're not taking that belt off of her. So it's almost an affront to you as a fan. Like, she's just going to present like, oh, she can take on all comers. Like, but no, she shouldn't be able to. But you're like, but they're not going to take that belt off of her for either one of those two.
Okay, I gotta ask. Here we go. BA, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Give me, put these in order for me.
Yep.
These are E-Ray's top gripes, but I need you to put them in the most egregious order that you from worst to decent.
Okay.
What we just explained, Roxanne Perez.
Awful.
Hear me out before you put them in order. Bianca Belair still, when she's not doing that as much anymore, but when she was first like becoming champion and she doing whipping the hair and the skip, even though like my friends are in the ring and I'm supposed to be like helping them or,
Hey man, goes
or
back to
anything
this.
of that nature.
Come on, man. Jeff Hardy. Fucking
Bianca
hunching
must
it, right? Just hunching, dog.
Hunchomania, right?
Oh man.
Or like I got a twist for you. Rhea Ripley must hunch. Rhea Ripley
Must stomp.
got to do her stomp while Bianca Belair is getting stomped out in the ring.
God.
Like they got to give these people teeth. What, like, it's all egregious to me. I hate every single one of these moments, but I'm wondering, what do you find the worst between these three?
The worst, probably because it's the freshest of the three, is the Roxanne stuff. I did see that. I did see her come out at the end of New Year's Evil last night on YouTube this morning. And I was just like, why the fuck is she so happy? I'm like, dude, like, who is talking to her in the back? Like, you just found out, like, you're not going to have to defend this title against one person, but now two, a former fucking tag team that held the titles for a very long time in your company. And you're excited for this? Like,
That it was your fault that they see that their friend, you took their friend's title. All these things of that nature. I'm not asking for a lot. I'm just asking for your demeanor to match the situation.
correct.
So you don't
Stop
have to be like,
smiling so
"Ugh,
fucking
this is-"
much.
Right.
Like,
You don't have to be like this, but you can come out like determined, like you know, give them a
yeah,
little,
like on
give
some
'em
more, like, let's
something.
go, like shit. Like, that's where, like in that scenario, for example,
Like this the challenge.
I'm not trying to compare men to women or anything like that, but
No, do it.
Wesley,
Are you saying they're no?
I feel like Wesley, and that's like when I didn't even see him stand up and do the whole I'm gonna hold the title up again and show you Dijak thing. But in my mind, I'd imagine he was sitting there like, let's go, like we can go fucking right
game
now.
time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Babyface champion. Another babyface champion, Roxanne Perez. This just shows me it's not even about like the presentation. It just shows me she's not ready for that spot just yet. like, because that's character work. That's stuff that people that are used to kind of, I should say, talent that's used to putting their mind in, like creating the level of suspense, the disbelief in it all. You gotta have that, the facials, the movements, how you're talking. That little shit is what makes you an okay talent to goddamn strap the rocket to her now. That's why I think that's the most egregious. The other two, Bianca and Rhea, I'd say Rhea is the second most egregious and Bianca the last. Reason being, Bianca's completely went away from that whole I'm gonna fucking swing my fucking ponytail. I'm happy even though my friend's getting the shit beat out of them. Bianca must skip. No. Right. Exactly.
Getting beat up, and I don't care.
And I think Bianca took enough L's by now to realize, like, I can't be dancing around. My face might break if I don't get in here and handle my business from a creative standpoint. Yeah. And then Rhea, she's gotten away from that too. I mean, because her character's completely changed. She's exactly. But we gotta stop. Like, it's like on video games when you play either 2K, go all the way back to fucking N64 on Revenge. When you run it and come into a ring and you just start doing your specials, your gloats. Like, why are you doing that right now? Right? To try to get your special meter up. Right. Exactly. Suck it. Like, stop it. Like the Michael Jordan myth. Stop it. That's enough. Get some help. So yeah, man, that's kind of how I outline it, E-Ray. And I hope Roxanne gets better, or somebody, fucking Shawn Michaels.
We can give her some time.
Help her, man.
I think that's a criticism that I've had immediately. I love Roxanne Perez.
She's a great talent. She's great in the ring.
If they were going to put the belt on someone, cool. I like that they did that with her from Lamanda. But those are just early critiques, just like with Bianca. I had early critiques of how her promos they lost their teeth, but then she started feeling it. So I think with time, but you have to have the right criticisms online and things like that, but you also have to have the right people in your ear. Like, okay, for this moment, you can't just be sitting there smiley champion. You gotta be like, okay, I'm sizing up my competition or like something, but she just looks like, I'm just so happy
to be here, dude. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
you've been here, dog. You done been places more than most of these girls been. Act like it. Be a fucking leader. That belt isn't not for you just to look good on Tuesday nights. That means that you the leader of the women's locker room. Act like it. They didn't put that title on you for nothing. Period.
Damn. BA just went daddy mode. He just let him know. Coach, father, all the other facets of his life just came out. Act like a fucking leader.
Hey, like, man, shit.
Act like you've been there before, because you have. Sick of this shit.
Exactly. Right. Thank you. Act like you've been there before.
Wrong. BA, you're not wrong in any way, shape, or form. And I think that's what made me love, for love it or hate it, that made me love Lamanda Rose's run so much.
Agreed.
Because her demeanor was so like, I'm taking this. And she was, to me, one of the most improved wrestlers of the year, because she got it, she got there, and she just, everything was game time. It meant business.
Yes.
She was talking the shit, and she backed it up. She cheated her way, and then sometimes she didn't cheat. She just found a way to get it done, and I was like, I love that. I don't remember big back pose when it was Raquel Rodriguez, her run didn't do anything for me. Before that, I love Io's because Io could go, but she didn't have a lot of like on the mic character because of the language barrier, but she can go, and I was like, I love her demeanor, I love her outside character stuff, but it still was a little bit of something that it was harder to connect with, because again, I love Mike, I love the stick talk, I love people who can really give it up.
Yeah, but I think they did a good thing with Io as making that kind of a part of her character. Like, she don't talk.
Yeah,
she just about action at all times. At all times.
Right.
I mean, they had some people who couldn't talk, but they would make them talk. Big back pose. They made her talk all the time.
Yeah, couldn't
talk.
She's gotten better.
She's gotten way better.
I give it to her. I think she's had her best match against Ronda, and gave Ronda her best match.
She did.
Or close to. So I'll give her that. But yeah, it just looking at the lineage of women NXT champions, I think they made the wrong call with giving Raquel Rodriguez the belt. It should have been Dakota Kai. She was ready. I think they did the same thing, which again I loved. LaManda Rose's title reign. She made it worthwhile. But this is again why I don't remember Shayna Baszler, because Shayna Baszler is not a mic worker, and her type of ring work is not favorable to me. It's very Dean Malenko-esque, where I'm like, I'm out. I don't care about
you and your 1,000 hoes can go somewhere.
Yes, I'm
don't
not
care
into
about you,
this.
submission
This is
magician.
like,
Go home.
All right.
do not at all. But you know, it is what it is. But we've pretty much gotten to the end of the show. We've done everything we need to do.
There's
Guys,
one thing, E-Ray. Sorry, I hate to pull the reins back.
No.
Did anybody see LaManda's interview on that talk show on Twitter?
No.
I saw a snippet
Yeah.
of it. I didn't see the whole thing, so BA, go ahead
Send
and take
the
reins.
link and let's
I just saw a clip. I saw about a 2-minute clip. They I believe it's a black woman named Tamra. I forget the name.
Tamara Hall, I think.
Lash Legend.
Yeah, Tamra Hall. There we go. Exactly.
Oh, Tamara. Oh yeah, I've heard of her before.
Yeah, just a daytime
Yeah.
talk show
Yeah.
host, but she was interviewing LaManda. LaManda's making her rounds. She's talking now. She's speaking out about what went down. It was interesting to hear her, and it just shows me, because you were talking about character work, E-Ray, and Amanda Rose versus LaManda Rose. This is what I'm talking about. Like, you hear her talking, she cared so much. She was like, I wasn't upset about like, I knew I was wrong. I knew I was in the wrong on doing what I did, but I was just disappointed because I put so much into this. I cared so much. I was NXT champion for 400 some odd days. I elevated that division. I saw women getting better every week, and that was all because of the stuff I was doing with them. I helped elevate a group. She was talking about Toxic Attraction, elevating them. So it's sad to hear her that passion.
She did.
And yeah, man, she making money hand over fist. That's cool, which it may stop soon, by the way. That's a whole nother discussion about the whole OnlyFans fad, and she gonna have to keep upping the ante. I don't think she built for that. But anyways.
Tina gonna have to have
it
some
was
conversations.
man, some serious conversations. I don't know. I hope they're investing. That's all I'll say. But
Tina Slabatelli.
Slabatelli. Oh God, no.
He's got the name for that business.
Man, does he?
The Italian Stallion.
Right. I smell Rocky parodies all day. I just put it in and stuff came out. I don't know. I just kept moving my hips and it just when I was alone.
I was just hunching. I don't know what happened.
Why did Tino Sabatelli as the Italian Stallion Rocky Sylvester Stallone turn into the Coach Steve?
You know, I'll put my thick in the war.
I always said to get back on track. I was just shocked by LaManda's like
her passion.
Yeah, I mean, she had to be passionate for her to see that much improvement from when she left the main roster to what she was doing in NXT for this year and a half, roughly. But I really hope she gets a job. And honestly, bro, I hate to say it or happy to say it, depending on what lens you looking through.
Do it.
AEW bound, man. I smell it.
Right.
I smell it.
Damn right.
Once that 90 days is up.
I think she can do the same, and I'm not mad at it. I would
Nah.
love to see her over there.
And she'll elevate that division too, I feel like. She'll show those girls a lot. She'll show them how to fucking work. How about that?
I don't think
work rate is a problem in AEW, even for the women.
Character work.
Character work.
That's what I should say. It's the character work. I should clarify that.
Development.
It's not the in-ring stuff. There's nobody that's a character.
Neckbeard's gonna be on your ass.
Well, they on my ass
Amanda
all the
Rose
time.
showing Kirishita how to work. You fucking bum.
Right.
Like,
Have you
they're
not
gonna
watched
kill you.
wrestling? You fucking
Right.
loser. Like, nah,
Right.
neckbeards, I love you. Keep us relevant.
The irony of
Mwah,
neckbeards
mwah.
calling us
Thank you.
losers is hilarious, by the way.
I love it, man. Keep it coming, please. Keep our listenership growing. But yes, she is AEW bound, and she gonna show them girls that how to be characters. And even though you may not have the mouth that Britt does or the look of Jade, I meant mouth is the microphone, guys. Keep your minds out of the gutter,
Adam Cole
fellas.
is
Fellas,
Adam Cole
that
is
was
back.
that was
He will.
actually that was
will hit
not a
you with a
pun I was
Baybay.
trying to attend there. Well, as I was saying, everybody doesn't have Britt Baker's microphone work or Jade Cargill's presentation and look to be able to create a character from those things. You got to be able to.
You know what else?
Yeah.
You know what else? Not everybody has
What's that?
Jamie Hayter's assets.
federally legal gummies from Diet Smoke.
But they can though, E-Ray. They can though.
Tell
You're
'em
not
how.
holding it from nobody.
Tell 'em
Tell them, E-Ray. Tell them.
Listen, all you gotta do, make life simple. Guys, you like to get high. You like to feel good. You like to get a little stress release. This is tax season, so people like me and BA, we got a lot of shit going on.
Annoying.
Dub,
Not so much.
we're gonna talk about his division in a bit. Me and BA, we got a lot of shit going on.
Stressed.
And when kids and family, the dog, sometimes I just need to just woo and blast off.
Yeah.
Go straight
Without
to
your face
Space Mountain,
melting
as
off.
you will.
Right.
Yeah. So with that said, what I like to do when I'm having my nightly unwind sessions, I like to go ahead, get off work, clock out, pop one nice federally legal Diet Smoke gummy, and then just let it ride, baby. And I just feel so much more relaxed. I can enjoy my evening and then get ready for the next day. Or if you're not like myself or BA and you're more of that slacker type, like Dub here, you can pop 2 gummies, go to sleep, and then wake up at 12 o'clock in the afternoon and feel like, hey, what do Pop-Tarts and Hot Pockets feel like right now? I don't know, but let's find out. And guys, you can do this all with the comfort of knowing that your gummies, your Diet Smoke shipment will be shipped directly to you in discreet packaging. Discreet packaging, let me say that, because again, we got some judgmental Sally's thinking, oh my gosh, you do the mirror. No. We don't do that. THC, federally legal products here at Diet Smoke. They will send them discreetly packaged to your door. And now, with our code, promo code Territory, you can get 20% off that order. I have friends that are utilizing that quite often, and they love their Diet Smoke. You can go with the THC gummies. You can go with the THC sodas. You can even go CBD if you just work out and you want a little bit of, I need to loosen my bones. I need to get the muscles and the tendons flaring up. All you got to do is go to dietsmoke.com, place your order, and use the promo code Territory for 20% off your first order, and then your next order, and the next one. And just keep enjoying yourself with Diet Smoke. Guys, if there isn't anything else with that, get your Diet Smoke or just be whack. Like a neckbeard, of course. But with that out the way, guys, I think you're definitely right, BA, but we will kind of go on that on another day and see how things go. AEW still rolling along really nicely. More of this WWE news is going to unfold soon enough, so we will keep everybody in the fold of what's going on. But with that said, as everybody likes to say, Dub, when you're not constipated, where can they find you?
All right, guys. You can find me at Let Me Book Territory every Friday and Embrace the Turn Up every Tuesday with my homie John, talking about everything going on in the culture, not wrestling related. If you're looking for me on the socials, it's ADUB1220, Twitter and IG. I warn you, if you hit that follow button, I will fuck up your algorithm with a bunch of
Yes, he will.
bunch of wrestling.
Yeah.
Bunch of
I just
LeBron
fixed our
hate.
algorithm.
Fixed it back.
All of
Too
it.
late.
But you'll have a blast. I promise.
Like literally.
Right. Put your seatbelt on.
Welcome to the Terror Dome, bitch.
Fly out your
Thunderdome, bitch.
There you go. There it is.
BA, let the people know where they're going to find you forever.
Then, now, forever, you will never find BA on any social media site individually. I can promise y'all that. But, as I say every week, you can always find me running our illustrious, almighty Twitter page at Let Me Book Pod. That is where the hottest of the takes, the strongest of the takes come from. And the influence, man. We the most influential pod out here, y'all. We slowly but surely showing our influence with every episode release. So yeah, that's where you can find me. Is running that page because you're not gonna find my black ass anywhere else. E-Ray.
So when you see him
Working
like
the
thirsting
people
over
fine.
Jay Cargill and all the other baddies, it's all BA.
Nuh-uh. Don't get me in trouble. Nuh-uh. We all have access, people. When BA's just out here, you can tell it's me when I'm out here fighting neckbeards. Outside of that, I got nothing out. I got nothing. It ain't me.
When it turned to Uncle Horny
Exactly.
time,
When it
get
turned to Skinamax After Dark,
right.
that ain't me.
You know who it is.
That
the
ain't
guy who
BA.
ain't got to get up in the morning. It's the one who
The guy that's
Twitter
just
after dark.
jerking and sleeping. That ain't me. I wish it was, but
Just
it ain't
vibes.
me.
Wrestling and Skinamax vibes.
Just
It's vibes, baby. All vibes.
Gross.
All right, Killer Sally. I gotta wrestle.
Killer Dub.
Oh, Jesus.
Kind of requirements for
But
everybody.
guys, you
no.
can then find me every Saturday at Inaudible Ruckus. I was gonna say something.
Oh shit.
Inaudible Ruckus every Saturday, giving it up with the other guys about everything that is not wrestling related, but movies and other stuff like that. Coming soon, we're going back to the television sphere and the media zeitgeist with Binge Flicks and Chill with E-Ray, and that's going to be coming back soon. That's why I'm bombarding myself and my brain with so much media content, so many movies, documentaries, TV shows. Other than that, you can find me at E_RAY, the bad guy on Instagram, just doing the most hilarious things. If you're in my close friends, enjoy. And if you're not, too bad for you. Hilariousness always ensues. Otherwise, you can find me at E_RAY, the hipster, on the Twitters. Again, filth is a everyday thing. But other than that, wrestling takes are also coming from that Twitter account.
They are.
And then, other than that, guys, don't find me on Facebook because I won't accept you. I think you're a fan. But with that said, guys, this has been another glorious episode of Let Me Book the Territory. The fellas, aka the NWO, is out here.
Like it.
Let me know, like Dub says, to sweep me when you see me. BA says future technology doesn't exist if it does not come with a beard strap and a headphone brace.
Yes.
And guys, let the madness wash over you like Captain Jesus Christ. We're out of here. Love.